It's a wonderful evening here at Team Fortress TV as we're going to be presenting you more of ETF2L Season 40, Week 3 of our coverage of the Grand European League. And it is I, TurboTabs, the first timer for this entire inauguration of this season. I've really been kind of spared from it. So I'm going to be coming in quite fresh tonight, but I'm not alone. I've got another fresh face. It's Bumfries. How are we doing, Mr. Bumfries?
I'm doing very well, thank you. My first time on the mic this season as well, all the way into week 3, but we've got Happy Meat, a newly rebranded team, versus the League of Shadows to bring you with a rebranded Flick as Raz Al Ghul for some reason, which I will not be calling him.
No, I'll call him whatever he wants to call him. If he writes it down in the script, I'm going to say it on the teleprompter. But you're right. It is going to be Happy Meat versus League of Shadows. There's two kinds of ETF2L names, and they're both being represented tonight. But also representing us and showing us on your beautiful screens will be Beta. He's been actually paying attention to the season, so it's a good thing we have the most smart person carrying all the buttons. All right. So this ETF2L season, need I remind you of the stakes here? It is glory, fabulous, pixel trophies, and 1,100 euros first place prize. I'm not sure everybody even looks at this prize pool section of the website, so I like to highlight it. But yeah, that's a lot of money. That's 4 digits.
It is a very decent prize pool for this season, so everyone's going to be trying to scramble up and get it, which I think is probably what we're seeing from these roster changes already into week 3 from Happy Meat, sorry, the new name. They were already expected to be kind of the top end of the season, like right at the start. They had a very, very close game against Witness Gaming, obviously up there 6-0 already this season. Very much the favourites coming into the season, and they were taking it very close to them. So people were expecting this team to be kind of the second place team. As you can see, the roster coming up now, they've recently, very, very recently, got Hempus from one of the lower end Prem teams. They've managed to pick him up for Caper, and Seeds, of course, replacing Vanny.
Whew, that is usually teams like to give it a couple more weeks, maybe even get to the playoff stage before they start slicing and dicing these teams, getting whatever players they can from other sort of squads. But they've done it quite early on. Are you happy with this sort of change, or do you think they kind of jumping the gun here, Bum?
I mean, I definitely think Seeds is an upgrade from Vanny. Seeds is clearly the medic you want to have on your team and has been for a long, long time. I know you're a Vanny fan, I know.
Right, okay. You're doing my boy Vanny incorrectly. So don't worry, I've got the stats. I've got the receipts right here. We're going to head on over to a new segment. It's just recycling the old segment, but putting Vanny and Seeds. This is what you could have won here, Happy Meat. Let's have a look if you were justified in your little purchase.
Yeah, it's our first ever player comparison between a cut player and their replacement rather than the two teams on the server. And I do think the average deaths per map is a bit of a difference there.
I mean, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for anything, Vanny, but the stats don't lie. I mean, what is that? There's nothing. I can't find it. Wait a minute. Here we go. Rank 9 in health packs pickup. Oh, if I was Happy Me, I'd be kicking myself out seeing that stat.
I mean, it's not entirely that Vanny is just worse than Seeds. Obviously, these are products of the teams they were on at the time. Seeds playing on as safe as he does and playing on Nerd Rage, as opposed to Vanny playing on the much more chaotic kind of era of Feint Gaming, now Witness Gaming. That will account for some of this difference, but I do definitely think Seeds is the standout of the two medics. And in terms of the scout replacement, Hempus and Caper, they're probably almost exactly the same. I'd say kind of the same caliber of these kind of permanent up-and-coming scouts who've never really had their breakthrough, always been on the bottom end of Prem or the top end of Div 1. But, this season, maybe Hempus can get up into those Prem playoffs, see what they can manage up there.
Yeah, this is proving ground for a lot of teams in this match tonight, because not only this is the turning point, I would say, of the ETF2L season. Both of these teams, they're playing against teams that either they're suspected to win or they're suspected to lose. But this is a team or two teams I feel kind of undecisive about who's going to win here. And I don't really have like a weak link to pick out of any of these teams. I like all of these players, believe it or not.
Yeah, there's a lot of great players. As you can see, League of Shadows up on screen now. I would say probably the underdogs coming into this. Eusti, a very new face in Prem. Troy as well, I believe. Both going to be debuting here. They're not bad by any means, but they are
Troy's been around. Troy's been around.
He's been around. Has he been around in Prem?
Yeah, he's. I think
he has. My
bad.
He's
played one. Played one.
Okay.
One hot little season, then bowed out for a couple of seasons. That's why probably is a bit of a question mark. But I remember Troy making waves, especially impressing me when in the season that he debuted. It showed a great improvement from what I could remember, but maybe I've just got a soft side for those soldiers there. But if I had to pick a guy on this League of Shadows roster, it's this Delhi kid, man. He's a pound and a half when it comes to this Demoman class.
Yeah, I swear I've seen his name before somewhere.
See him on those French stacks a lot every now and then. Usually, it's hard to kind of become a big name for yourself as those French Demoman, because you've got some big names. You've got those Elacors, you've got some others as well. But Dagger, he was a guy that just kind of came out of nowhere and shocked a lot of people in a random cup, and then was kind of the hot pickup for any team during that season. So, is it about the French legacy here versus the hot new thing? What's your money on?
Dagger really impressed. I also said coming out of nowhere in that cup and got told off because apparently he's a Prem LOL HL player, but yeah, all of a sudden he was just making waves in sixes. Both of these demo men are incredibly good, kind of shining stars of their team. Both teams have kind of these unproven players mixed in with top level talent. Like you've got Delhi on the side of League of Shadows, of course, playing with some more kind of Div 1 up-and-comers. Jorge, Scar, kind of bottom of the table last season with Yak. And then on the other side, of course, you've got people like Nubby and Seeds and Ixie, all mainstays of Prem, with some other up-and-comers. So we're finally getting into this one. League of Shadows versus happymeat. Take it away for the first mid-turbo.
All right. Well, you can't start any good old mid with watching the star demo men themselves. It's about those first couple of stickies and what they actually decide to do with them, and they're just laying down the foundational damage. See if they can get these sorts of players peppered up, ready for an aggressive jump. But it's Reckoner. People don't really like to jump in first. They kind of play things kind of safe. Troy will be the first one in. He does actually sneak past and doesn't lose his life immediately. So with Dagger going down, that's their main damage force lost for the team. They have to start picking up the numbers here, and they're actually making it work. The soldiers are actually clawing this back. Jevon is doing a magnificent job. He's got the scouts in the palm of his hand, backed up by his board Nubby. It's soldiers versus scouts, and the soldiers win for a change.
Yeah, 5 kills between the soldiers of Jivon and Nubby on mid there. Nubby's already going forwards to try and get cheeky on the vent area, just spotting out onto last. Troy was really the only person to make a move that mid. He walked and walked all the way behind, came up from the enemy Toxic and got the jump on them, but it wasn't good enough as Scar actually flubbed his jump at the same time, tried to jump off of that scaffolding on the mid and just missed the rocket, embarrassingly fell down, and now he leads this full ad push.
Yeah, he's already pushed them back into the spawn. He's taken out the sentry gun. He's rotating his damage now. He's taken out the Demoman and the heavy weapons guy. It's all floodgates onto the point. They have managed to get the Uber though. Jorge gets it onto a scout, and Flick is just peppering what left of this push, and he has to stay behind though. He can't leave this poor point. It's only a breath away from being captured.
It's a huge clutch from Jorge. He actually gets the saw to get the Uber out just in time, saves the life of his team quite literally. Flick with 2 instant kills as soon as he's got that invulnerability on him. So now it's going to get recycled. There's still a small advantage for Seeds, but we saw they didn't even manage it with a much bigger advantage than this. They got so much cap time early. but still didn't manage to finish it off. They're going to come for round 2 any second now.
Rusty on the sniper. See if we can get some bits and bobs. Dagger will jump in. He goes straight to the right-hand side. Everybody's hanging out there. It's a party and Dagger's invited. He's taken out the player that's blocking the point as well. They can't even get to the last point in time to defend it. It's an easy peasy round.
Yeah, so good on that repush. They just bomb immediately into the right-hand side where everyone was just kind of hanging out. And yeah, no point delay at all by sorry, name. Keep forgetting.
Oh,
Keeps
they got
evading me.
happy meat in the red. Think meat, think red. Red meat.
Okay, good
Alright,
stuff.
Easy clap. Let's go. So Deli, it's her time on the camera. Let's see if we can actually do some good job of setting up. Troy still kind of playing the flank game. He's going to bully poor Dagger again, but Dagger doesn't die as early this time, and they lost that mid-fight, so it's not going great for them as the things are starting to settle and calm down. They're actually going for along to the blue side. I'm just confused. How does that work?
Yeah, this was their only exit. They've just got to get out of the fight for long enough to come in with the Uber, and this is probably an Uber ourselves simply to get out situation. In fact, they're trying to just run it back through lower. They'll need some help to not have to use it on second. In fact, never mind. They just absolutely escape without a scratch of damage on them. There's a fight going down in lobby now where they do lose Ixie, but they get seeds out to last for free. That's so unexpected.
It's not quite free though. They have lost a couple of manpower and they haven't really had a chance to set up on this last defense. They're coming in, guns blazing. Seed is forced to use his Uber off, but he's got no patience to latch it on. Finally finds Dagger, but they pop so much later and milk for the ages, and they're already capping this last point. There's one soldier left to kind of really deal with this last capture before the heavy weapons guy can come on there. Dagger is still alive throughout all this, and the Demo Man on a last point is a wonderful sight to see for your defending team.
Yeah, so back and forth, and so great from League of Shadows to get that force onto Seeds when he had no players to use on, completely stuck like a fish out of water on the wrong side of last. But, as you said, they milked their Uber so long. In fact, they pretty much just used into all the respawns coming out from Happy Meat, so unsuccessful there, but they do keep an advantage, and Jorge's just about to come up on that Uber now, so we'll see if their last pushes are just as successful.
Deli, he's getting bounced and bobbed around, has to switch and rotate to the other side now, takes out, well, doesn't really take out the sentry gun, but will actually set up a nice sort of capture line and pushes them just away. I don't think they managed to get anybody to kind of contest the point over on Happy Meat, so it's going to be a League of Shadows round comeback.
Yeah, one soldier tried to block point, but Flick just got that flash of the Uber, which lasted oh so long, and it was an easy kill. And an easy cap. Standing on that ledge on the back is so powerful. It's so insane. And there's a different mid coming around this time.
Yeah, they're going for the aggressive mid. Dagger trying to sneak up on the right-hand side, but they rotate round. They actually kind of go above and beyond poor Happy Meat, and they didn't see this blind side coming. It's a good thing these defending scouts are making a good meal out of this aggression. And with two scouts versus these weak League of Shadow players, it makes it kind of difficult for them to take this fight. They're going to heal back up and then push back in now. Coordinated affair. They just decided to take the scout taxi out back to second here, Bum.
Yeah, they did the right thing. They were trying to fight that while they knew the enemy health was low, and then as soon as League of Shadows got their head in the game, they just kind of backed up for a bit, got the heals together, and then both teams know that that 3v4 is going to go to the side of the team with 4, so a smart leave from Happy Meat as well, and now we end up in our first even Ubers between mid and second. Everyone just getting healed up after rolling out, and we'll see what they're gonna do.
Getting a nice taster here in this match. Everyone's having the fair share of rounds, at times to be aggressive, times to be defensive, and now it's for our complementary stalemate. Let's see what sort of tricks they've got in each other's bags to break the stalemate. It's gentleman's code. Usually the person with the mid advantage will go aggressive because they've got that forward respawn. But, you know, who knows? I'm Happy Meat, they might be happy down to to make the plays. Oh, Troy,
Ooh.
a nice little jump, but the medic isn't hanging out in the box as usual. He's like, where is he? That's a scout.
Oh, and Nubby's already in. Nubby is punishing them already. Immediate counter-sack. He knows what his job is, and he gets in there and forces off Jorge on mid.
Oh, it's usually you see these coming a mile off. If a roamer dies, another roamer just has to follow. It's just like their license to kill and jump in, but it manages to catch them off guard here. So they will try and get this Uber out of Happy Meat, see if they can just get them any reason to use. But these soldiers, they seem a bit sheepish. They don't want to commit in.
Eustace attempted a flank, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, fighting with Nubby. He's going to finally go down. So now there is a pick advantage. They kind of had to get that first because you can't really play the point all too easily on this mid. But now they are able to do so. They're walking this one forwards as well to see if they can get anything else while Eustace is down. There's a big bomb in from Jevon onto new rollout while the rest of his team just rushes through. Are they going to find anything? No, Jevon and Nubby both pay the price.
That could have been really scary there. Deli actually committed in to make sure he could keep Dagger separated from the rest of his team. Either team does not want to use their Uber in their attacking or defensive stance. They finally will get the Uber out of seeds, but it's all to be a really, really pretty taxi as they're just taking and walking away. They try to get the poor medic into the little tiny door, and they do manage that, but there's no more scout taxi to hold. Seeds has managed to make it back to last though, fortunately, but with no Uber in hand, Izzy might as well as good as dead.
Yeah, really, really excellent from League of Shadows to get that force onto Seeds and get 4 kills. Now can run this into last immediately. Flick, obviously playing the broken ledge already. The bomb has denied him for now. Both soldiers on the point. If the heavy can get onto this ledge, it changes everything. And in fact, they've already just got all of the kills. Scar trying to escape, lands on Nubby's head, beefs that rocket though. An awkward little 1v1, and the good news is Jorge has already put miles between him and Happy Meat.
I am liking how the teams kind of adapt to this. You know, if you hug a wall, hold that gap, you do make yourself a bit more susceptible to those soldiers, and the soldiers every single time being consistent, blocking that point and getting the easy peasy damage onto those players on that little ledge. Just enough time for that heavy weapons guys to kind of put his pinky toe on there.
Yeah, and now with the advantage they're going to be walking into mid. Very, very long range. It's difficult to get a sack going off here without massively...
Scar! That was a lot of damage. He didn't even need some follow-up. He got, like, what, 1, 2, 3 players there?
Yeah, I mean, he did kill 2 players and just destroyed the health of everyone else. Just as I was saying, it's so difficult to get an kind of commed bomb off there because it's such an open, long and wide mid. You can see the soldiers from miles away, and Scar doesn't care. He's just got Inviswatch on or something, lands on top of them and destroys everybody. And that puts a stopper in things and gets League of Shadows all the way onto enemy last once again. This time it's even though.
Can't see stars in the daytime, Bowman. He was just a shooting star coming out from the sky. It was a wonderful bomb to see. You managed to get, it was almost like one of those rocket jump maps where you can coordinate 3 rockets at the same time, and it worked out wonderfully. Let's see if they can capitalize though. They have to equal it out. It's not how you start, it's how you finish in the game of DF2, and well, this finish is going to be difficult. It's going to be a photo finish.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult map to finish on. There is an attempted sack onto Nubby. They're just trying to get control of this kind of 5 area.
Oh, no,
the gun. Yeah, the gun trades for Ayusti. Do you think that's worth it? Would you rather be
really.
Ayusti or a sentry gun?
It's a 7th player for the 6th player. Not always too popular.
Has got all the way behind. Do they know? Well, they do now as he fires his first rocket. There's a bit of spam as well coming from ahead.
I've got an interesting bit of news. We don't see it much, but you have a crit available on X. Oh, okay, he spent it, never mind. Well, that was short-lived. But while things are just calming down here, teams are just trying to pick off what little players or just figure out what kind of plays they can do in the little stalematey time, because none of these medics want to waste their Ubers. They don't want to be the first one to pop. And I feel like that's been a trend followed all game.
Well, yeah, there's Not really anything to be said for being the first one to pop on Reckoner last. In fact, you almost always just see the medic exactly where Seeds is now, just completely stood inside the spawn door. No chance of him getting caught by this Ayusti sniper or the famed alley sack coming out of Delhi. Jorge in a little bit more of a risky situation, having to maneuver the lobby, but you barely ever see someone try and sack into it.
Poor Scar, please let the boy make his dispenser. No, he's not. He's like, get that vending machine out of here. I don't trust it. Is he building it? He's building it the other side. They're not allowing this poor man and his robot to don't be dull. Troy though goes down. That's an actual living player.
Yeah,
so,
but they've traded a Spencer for Troy. Which would you rather have?
Ooh, that is actually a tough choice now.
Here comes Nubby from lower. They've already got eyes on it.
They didn't
Flick
see
just
him. Nobody's paying attention.
shots him out of the sky.
Yeah, but it was kind of a bit dangerous though. We got a lot of damage out. It's a good thing everyone was kind of buffed up.
Yeah, I mean they lost Scar, who was holding forwards, which just leaves an empty room for Jevon to get behind. Apparently not commed. He's straight onto Ayusti and gets the force on Jorge for free here. That's such an easy force from Jevon.
Does he get out? Drunken Kung Fu, just literally whipping the camera all over the place, manages to weasel his way out of there as a hero.
I mean, that's not great from League of Shadows at all. I have no idea how they did not expect that. After seeing that soldier kill their teammate and jump behind into cargo, there's no way you just are gonna AFK outside Toxic there, but okay. Here they come, pushing into second. There's a sack from Troy just to try and get something, but he dies to the roller, and that's going to be the end of any contest here on second. There's still an advantage for Seeds to try and run this to mid if they're fast enough.
Okay, so, you know, plan A on second point and goes well. It's time for plan B on mid. And see if they can delay even more and just get this Ubercharge back up. Jevon is on top of Jorge, or I say Jorge is actually on top of Jevon somehow, but they will actually get this free demo man pick as well. Dagger's cut off and they don't want to commit an Uber to save the poor lad, so pick a door, any door, you can take it for free, and they're throwing all of their players into the mix of the marbles, and League of Shadows have actually got a good foothold in the second one. They want to Uber onto second. Okay, happy me. I want to see where you're going with this, but everyone's just done a delta split. There's no one to really chase, and now it's back to stalemate, but I don't have enough players, I guess, for poor League of Shadows to capitalise.
Yeah, a really, really weird one. It looked like Seeds was going to drop everyone for a second there, but eventually does use on Tempest, who manages to very quickly equalize, which is great. Otherwise, they would have been in big trouble. There's a soldier in behind those, straight onto Seeds, and Jevon going down as well. This is good news for League of Shadows. It's a 4v4, but they can play on their health. They just need to watch out for all these players throwing their lives away at Jorge now. Ixie has already been spotted. Nubby's backing up as well. Let's see if they can get in without a disaster happening.
They all opt to go for the same door. Dagger might be caught out before. Yes, he does actually get piped down when he's trying to make an exit into that little tiny doorway. So with an Ubercharge in hand, they could keep pushing this, and I don't see them pushing this. There it is. Now they're finally here. Maybe a sniper could have to Jorge playing greedily, but does manage to get away with this little lottery ticket of his. Will end up getting some cap time on last point. They've got the ledge, and they've got the backup. They have not. Over on poor Happy Meat. They will be around down, and League of Shadows are in a league of their own.
Yeah, playing so on the edge, Jorge there. Just very, very lucky that Hempus missed that shot. Took the Uber in from main so late and manages to convert it. I guess big risks do net big rewards, sometimes so. They're up ahead now, League of Shadows 2-1. Both teams going to be playing their own side of the mid once again.
These mids have made absolutely no sense to me, so every time I see a team that looks like they're winning, which looks like it's going to be Happy Meat, they end up just losing somehow. So let's see if my crystal ball is correct. You see them launching back actually to deal and defend their medic.
No!
Oh, Seeds goes down!
Oh, Seeds had to be less than a foot further back, and he's just completely safe inside cargo. Instead, an easy rocket bumps him up into the roof, and he just gets taken down by Scar in 2 swift shots. No chance he should be dying there. at all, and he manages to. And in fact, it even gives Jorge an advantage because he died to Jevon so early in the mid. So
my TF2 map is just completely off. It's just, well, actually, it's completely on. I predicted that it was the winning team was going to just beef in some grand so way and end up losing out. But they need to follow up here. They need to, League of Shadows need to capitalize on the little advantages they've been given, and they're playing aggressive here. They realize they don't have the Uber just yet. Until you got that 100%, it's not really an advantage. So Jevon's going to throw himself in. He's being juggled, the poor lad. Still manages to keep himself alive, so he's still contributing to the fight, but he just keeps fishing back for that rocket to keep reloading and going back into it.
Oh no, and Jorge has to use on no one.
Yeah, he's actually the most forward player out of all of his teammates, and they have to just press the S key. It's gotta hurt.
Yeah, well, this could very well be a round. There's no one alive. The spawns are just coming in now, but the Uber is facing them. Dagger bombing in straight away. Deli immediately down. No stickies on point. The soldiers have to block this. They've both got onto the point. Ayusti on Pyro is the last chance, but no. 2-2 off of a really weird second fight. happymeat just did something incredible. They sacked 2 soldiers, probably looking for a force, but actually Jorge was on 95%. Surfs all the way out, not quite having the Uber yet, and then happymeat just change priorities. They kill everything that's close, and by the time Jorge gets back to a position where he can heal his team, everyone's dead and he has to use immediately on no one. So a really great second push from happymeat, and here they come again with a double bomb straight into this mid, right on top of Jorge. Instant death. There's a counter bomb coming out. They're not quite getting onto seeds though.
happymeat, they're prioritizing a lot more of these fragging classes, and it looks like League of Shadows, they just want Seed's life, and they don't even get that. So happymeat will be walking away with this mid. No consequences here, no sort of final destination shenanigans, turnarounds. It will be a clean looking round so far for the meat team.
Yeah, they've got themselves another massive advantage for last. Such a nice double bomb on mid. 1 rocket from each soldier, just both directed the med at pretty much the same time. So, there's another sniper in the form of Ayusti. The gun's only just going up to level 2 from Flick. We'll see.
Well, they know he's on sniper though. Someone got pot shot in the leg, and Seeds, oh, he pops it. He pops just a bit sheepish and worried about all that spam. Takes out the sentry gun, that's step 1. Step 2, take out this heavy weapons guy, and they haven't really got enough. Deli's got something to say about it and gets 2 easy picks onto the point, and Nubby can't really find the kills that he can do to recover his team from this little loss on last.
Yeah, I think it's a scuffed timing there. They clearly called to go over to the right. Seeds got juggled by 2 or 3 rockets just in the main door, which really slowed him down, and then he's just kind of panic using and trying to catch up with his players that are already in, unsuccessfully so. We've got Jevon hiding above cargo, and 3 men actually going for some chaos on second. That's going to delay a lot of League of Shadows time. They've got 3 men on the back cap, brought everyone back, and even though they're losing their lives, it's pretty good. They've delayed a lot of time if Seeds just escapes on mid.
They haven't done a head count though. They're missing 1 player. It's Jevon. He's on this the second point, and he's decided to dart back again. It's the spirit of Starkey reincarnated. He's back on the point again. He can't catch me, he says, but you're just 1 times, lad. I don't think you're going to beat that 7 times cap on mid, and it has just capped now.
Yeah, and now there's a chaotic trade going off. Several players in it from both teams. Jevon does finally get caught up on the backlines, and Nubby actually going down as well. Ixie very low, will get finished off also. So it's now a 5v3 ready to chase all the way in. Hempers, last man alive, needs to escort Seeds out of the building, or rather into the building, as he does get him all the way back to last.
Alright, Dagger is still down for some precious seconds. Will they play off this? Will they know this fact? And I don't see them going too quickly here. They're kind of taking their time over on League of Shadows. Actually, is that a spy?
That's an interesting spy. I like to see it.
Alright, okay. Well, I mean, I don't see it coming, so definitely think happymeat won't see it coming, and I've got war hacks. I've got the game telling me.
It'll be tricky for him to get anything though. Seeds inside the spawn, quite literally. This is really the standard place to play as a medic.
They're aware. They're shooting random spots on the map. They must be hearing footsteps.
Oh, Hempus.
Oh, man,
there's very
Pyro's
limited
here.
time
No,
on
not the
Scar's
Pyro.
clock. How long do you reckon he lives?
He's doing well. He's
got himself one of the small med kits, and Nubby's actually gone down. This could be a sap and... Oh, it's just a... was there a force that I missed? Jorge seems to have used, and Deli's bombed in and got nothing.
I mean, I guess they thought the losing factor is like, why does the alley bomb keep losing? It's because he's not invulnerable when they launch him in. So they launch him in full steely blue, and he still just doesn't come out with the reward that they were hoping. So, I mean, that was an interesting last. What can you say? They just they had a spy for a bit, didn't work, and now they got us 3 seconds, easy peasy.
Yeah, it really sucks for Spy this last when the medic's just going to be inside, which Seeds definitely always is. They're trying to get into mid. If they can make the space, they might make it work. Scar has gone down to Dagger already. The Uber is finally up for Jorge, but he's not really connected to the rest of his team. They're fighting on 2 fronts at once, so they lose another player and they're back onto their own second.
The 2 players down, they could make a case about pushing the second, but it comes down to how much Deli can hold this door. The soldier goes past him, he tries his best to ignore him, he's trying to keep the dam built, and they keep shooting the poor dam. Trusting his teammates are going to clear out all these 2 players, and it has worked out. They've spent the Uber though. Oh no, this is not what they were hoping for. They find Seeds, he's all alone on the side of the map. Will pop his Uber finally, his fear of a scout taking his life. So that turns from a desperate situation into a wonderful situation.
Yeah, and now all the frags coming out for League of Shadows as well. Deli had a nice maneuver in that. He literally sticky jumped only to avoid a demo man, 360'd in the air, landed back on the same demo man and killed him. Jevon trying to block mid, seeing if he can do anything. He's just going to go behind once again instead to see if he can cause chaos, but everyone's already locked out of second. There's ×6 on the cap. Jevon still behind, but they're very much aware of it. They've already moved into lobby to avoid him. They know this is an advantage.
Well, he's walking it in, but they might hear the clacker of his feet if they're quiet enough. But oh, they've actually Ubered straight to last. They've taken out the sentry gun, and they've even taken out Dagger. Without Dagger, they can't keep this point defended. It's 3-2.
Yeah, a really good job to just rush that while they know Jevon's behind. Having a soldier missing on this last is really crippling because you rely on them so much to block the point on this map because it's so huge. Yeah, the lip, the just huge point in general, it's almost impossible to sticky this one. You can shoot literally 1 sticky and have more than enough safe space to capture. So yeah, good job. They kill the demo, Jevon's out of play, and they can just get the cap. A double bomb once again coming in.
Poor Jorge, he's like, no, stop chasing. I've left. I'm on second, for God's sake, and they still keep chasing the poor guy.
Oh, Seeds! Oh, he just had a scrap of health there in lower, manages to get the health kit in time. And yeah, despite the bomb being unsuccessful in finding Jorge, because he was so far back, being so far back just gives them what else they need, which is the kills on mid. So they take the kills, they don't get the med. There's a sack in from Nubby, but Jorge doesn't pop for just anyone. He manages to keep that one up. So another even Uber situation on last, but this time it's happymeat in control. They're looking to equalize this, and they have 4 minutes to do so.
Yeah, there's no sort of cushion for them as well. It's just a round difference, so very possible for happymeat to come back into this game. 4 minutes of the clock timer, so it's a long time. When you're waiting about 4 minutes, just not doing much, the time ticks slowly, and it's got to feel a bit precious for poor League. Sentry gun on point, sniper at the ready, but
Troy spotted out on the counter-sack. Yeah.
It's interesting they even sent Troy out at all. Usually these teams, they like to just look at the round timer, look at the round difference and go like, we could park this.
Yeah, it's worth doing. I guess there's really very little to be lost by going for the sack. honestly, there's very little to be gained as well, because all the doors are either so far away or beneath where the 2 scouts stand on second, so you're just getting crunched either way. Nubby in with a huge sack, Jevon in 2. They do manage to pick off Ayusti, which is good as he's the engineer, so they could get some easy spam down on the sentry gun, but it's not quite what they were looking for with a double sack, I think.
Yeah, they're not even going to think about putting Dagger in his life in jeopardy. They're just going to keep him back, let them get their poor engineer, and build up that sentry gun again.
And this time it's Nubby. Nubby on the spy. It's already been called out by Troy. Troy switched onto spy there, checked all the classes, so they're going to know about this. It's already hard enough when they don't know for the spy to get a kill, but Jevon gonna go down. Maybe baiting them forwards to try something in lobby so that Nubby can get a stab. Forward. Yeah.
I don't think they are aware of that. I don't see them any kind of like random spy checking.
Yeah, it looks like Troy is shooting around.
Maybe Troy's not not connected to the mumble. He's like, I know there's a spy, but my team won't believe me.
He's checked the spy, not commed it, and just started trying to get the glory kill. He's checking again as spy. Maybe he's not sure he did it right the first time. There is an Uber.
They've seen him and he's down. Okay, Ubers have been exchanged as well during all of the chaos, and with a player and down and Hempus in no man's land, this is a no man's push.
I can't say I really get the motive there from happymeat. The Uber in and spy on cloak at the same time, not a fan, but it's not cost them anything. They do get another attempt. They're going to have Uber in time here for this repush. One last chance to get any points in this map. They need a round to take this to Golden Cap. Ayusti's picked up his gun to put it in this corner.
Oh no, Dagger! He took a shot to the face, and now without a demo man for 1 minute. Well, 1 minute. But like 10 seconds of this 1 minute, it's still just time ticking away. Now they're feeling the sort of temptress of the poor timer. It just hurts.
Yeah, it's going to be so tricky. We need to see a trade happen and something else. Some repush, something onto the point. But against a sentry gun, against this spawn door situation, it's going to be so difficult. On Reckoner, they do use in. Dagger's taking down the gun now. The Uber is out from Jorge, and now they've all scattered into lobby. Everyone's still alive. They need to win this 6v6 repush dry fight now. 20 seconds left.
Oh no, it's the no fun allowed class, and they've got the second no fun allowed class. But Deli does go down. Jorge's gone down as well. They're smart about this. They could pepper them all away, but there's just not enough time, and they can't really play the slow game. So it will be a Reckoner map for League of Shadows.
Yep. Good job to get 3 points, on the board from what was such a close map. Yeah, I mean, we've got another whole map to watch, but that did definitely feel very, very close, and it can be heartbreaking to have a close map and get absolutely nothing by way of league points for it. Managed to scrape all 3 from that one with the last second defense. Obviously, this map is just so good for those off classes. As you were saying, no fun allowed. The engineer has a level 3 sentry gun up. As soon as that's gone, he's on heavy and pretty much on the ledge blocking the point. So it's such a tricky last to kind of dry repush because you rely on having that cap time so much, and you really don't get the space off of a trade to be able to do that.
Alright, well, we've got enough words to say about it. Let's see if we've got enough numbers to say about it. We've got the logs here, and we do like overestimating our logs here on Team Fortress TV. Let's have a gander. Let's have a peek behind the technical curtain. And the first thing I'm seeing in this sort of standard damage array is Deli's top dog.
Yeah, obviously. Instant sort by damage. Praise Zoob for fixing logs. We can now look at damage numbers for 5 minutes after every game, which you love to see. And yes, Deli, of course, top of the server right now with that. I was so... I want to look at the mid-fights, because the mid-fights was really back and forth this game.
Yeah, I'd say the first four were a bit of a question mark, just teams kind of doing things right on paper and then things kind of falling apart at the seams the longer the mid played out. But as it carried on, it seemed Happy Meat got their priorities in order. They were just focusing down all those combat classes, just kind of trusting their DMs, and the skirmishes were winning out. And League of Shadows, wait, is it League of Shadows? Yeah, League of Shadows were just throwing in their players and go like, "Get the C's kid. I want his stats to look awful compared to Vanny."
And that's really, I think, what the mid fights were. Unfortunately for Happy Meat, was they were just winning them very dominantly at the start, and then something would go wrong, or they'd lose seeds at the end.
I don't know what went wrong. They kept clicking that spy class. Why does everyone keep playing that spy class? I know, but that's the desperation class, isn't it? When you click in that, you know something's going wrong with these last points, or you feel like you're stumped. You know, you're like, man,
Yeah.
how do you beat this last point? We'll just get a spy in there. They'll never see it coming. Says the team that can check spies whenever they please, as soon as they go into the spawn door.
It is a really tricky one to do anything on, because the medic can just comfortably stay in spawn at pretty much any point on last and just be completely safe. But we're talking about a whole different map now. We're on to Snakewater, where the medic really can't do that on last. So what do you think's going to go down on this map, Turbo? Do you expect a very close game again? Do you, for some reason, know that one of these players is a Snakewater god?
Right. In comparison, Snakewater, I would say, compared to Reckoner, is just running just like an extra gear faster. I'm not saying it's a fast mid, because you and I have seen plenty of Snake go slow, but these mids are a bit, quicker. And I feel like that's a bit more leaning towards League of Shadows. They want to get proactive, it looks like, on their mids. They're usually the ones that are shooting a bit forward first, and Snakewater can enable that. And I think if they can win a map without their mids going their way, imagine how they can win a map with the mids going their way.
Yeah, the mids so far have pretty much been that Nubby and... Oh no, I've only gone and forgotten the other soldier.
What? Jevon?
Oh yeah, of course, Nubby and Jevon.
You mean it is just his team, lad? Like,
it's like these two teams. They're so
they've got
mashed together in my head.
They've got a collection of all these players that.
Yes, it's a real Venn diagram. This server, I feel like it's just all of these players could be on either team, and I wouldn't know.
Like this is season 2 of the Marvel sort of universe. You don't know these names. You're like, who the hell is who's this kung fu guy in his 7 rings? I don't know, Jevon.
Yeah, Nubby and Jevon have been basically instantly double bombing and either killing Jorge or forcing him into a position where the rest of his team can walk forward. And that is a description of their Reckoner mid, but it's basically exactly how you play Snakewater mid, or almost all you can do on Snakewater mid. It's very much the team with the better double bomb and walk forward combo is going to come out on top on these mids. So I'm going to favor Happy Meat here. All they need to do is stop losing seeds at the very end of the mids, or having some other chaos go wrong right at the end to even things out. And I think Happy Meat are going to have a better time coming into this map.
Well, if we looked away for the mids just for a moment, and we just compare these maps on the last points kind of hitting like the same sort of tropes and struggles of this Reckoner map. These kind of spawn doors, these rotations that people can get round. The points are a bit more difficult to actually get on and cap. I think maybe that's just going to lean a bit more to League of Shadows. I feel like their defenses just seem to be a bit stronger than Happy Meat's, and that's what's coming down to it between these two exchanges.
Yeah, the lasts are completely different between Snake and Reckoner, and yeah, maybe the defenses were looking better for League of Shadows, especially having to run down that clock at the end there, and we could totally see something like that happening on Snakewater, as you said. We've had our fair share of looking at Snakewater last over the years. So if their defense does come up to snuff and they can manage to get that first round, of course, everyone always forgets you can't just park the bus immediately. You have to actually be ahead in the game to do that successfully. Then yes, League of Shadows could be looking good for 6 here.
Now, we've got a mix of players, a pool of players, unknown quantities like you imagined. Is there any... Oh, I don't think we even have time to go through my boring old question. We're going straight into it. It's our second map, ladies and gentlemen. Snakewater, 6 points on the line here. Well, 3 points if you're counting some teams. It's Happy Meat versus Leagues of Shadows. Let's look away at these demo men and see what they've got installed. Alright. So, your dagger, you've turned up to mid, you've put a first sticky onto Delhi. What do you do from this point? You just wait for your good old buff and see if your soldiers can follow up on this. And Nubby, Jevon, they're the first two to fire across the midpoint, get some opening picks onto the kills you want to see. You take out the soldiers, you take out the demo man, you don't even kill Jorge. Who's Jorge? He isn't even healing anybody during all this. It's like he hasn't got an overcharge to worry about.
Yeah, it was completely as I predicted. Nubby's going to go down here on last, chasing for it, but there's already such a massive advantage from Jorge not healing. It was just a Jevon and Nubby instant bomb. They didn't even see Jorge though. Jorge was playing in kitchen, I believe, just somewhere completely random.
Wait, in kitchen?
And the double bomb, yeah, looked like it. And the double bomb just completely avoided him, but put him out of pause enough for him to not be healing anyone for the entire mid. And no heals means no kills.
I mean, they're not wrong. You know, if you put your medic in kitchen, he's not going to die, but he's not going to heal either. I'm sure if I put the medic in the spawn, he's not going to die, but it's about risk and reward here in a game of Team Fortress 2. So they've risked it, and now they're rewarded with a last defense. Ixie kind of cleaning up the flank. Troy trying to play his little Roma card and will be punished for it. I think it's going to come down to these two snipers here, Bum.
Yep. We've got Yusti versus Nubby.
Nubby?
Nubby is not a stranger to randomly dropping medics almost every time I've casted him going sniper.
I don't know, unless this man's going to shoot a shovel out of that sniper rifle, I don't think he's going to get a medic, but
well,
who knows, he could prove me wrong.
Dagger does just die in lobby and Seeds hasn't got the memo. He's just standing in the middle of nowhere. Gets the easiest force I've ever seen. There's clearly not enough urgency in that comm from Dagger that he's left the door fully open. And just a free force means that Jorge now has full advantage. They're going to wait for Ayusti and Troy at least before they try anything, but that's definitely a weird one.
You know, if you were a sniper as well and you were really focused, I bet nobody came out of this unscoped like, hey guys, I got the snap. What's happened? What's happened around here? Oh no, they're pushing lower. There's a sniper there. Nubby, he's too busy looking at the sky though. If he looked under, I think he might have actually got a snipe onto Jorge. He was so scared he popped the Uber early. And yeah, they will get this say. Oh, last point! Jevon! Pickaxe! You'll remember his name now, Bob. Do not forget this man. He just turned this game around for his team.
Oh, such a beautiful Uber from League of Shadows, but all I could look at the entire time was that X-ray of that red man running around on last, and Ayusti just not good enough to block it, gets skill sticked to the face, and Jevon does take the first round. Wow.
Oh, he's made a hater of Minecraft out of that poor scout now. He's not going to enjoy this game for a while. Nubby playing more territorial rather than going for straight aggressive onto a player. He wants to aim for the Oh my god, Scar! What are you, a robot? How do you even get that air shot? Scar will go down though. He's mangled into bits and pieces of his former robot self, and the scouts want to make a counter-attack in. They're charioting up without the poor chariot rider. The horse is on the loose. They've got Dagger coming in, the beast, the bull. It's an animal rampage. They're trying to get on top of these scouts, but they're actually taming the beast. Hempus, can you please turn this around for your boys? You can't. The scouts eat them and gobble up. Oh, League of Shadows.
Oh, Nubby on the respawn does put a stop to it, but the other respawns are here. We could just be in for a second mid-fight. Flick was doing God's work there. He was, like, managing to isolate the 1v1 with the demo man, the only person who he doesn't risk losing a 1v1 to, and from there, they can take that 2v2 scout fight, and they just came out on top. Nubby's in with a sack, but he doesn't manage to get it. So really, really clever play, isolating which fights to take and kind of playing around the corner, allowed Flick to get that first kill in pretty easily, and then the 2v2 win from there. Very, very nice from the scouts to pull that mid back. They do have an advantage as well, as their medic died earlier. Jevon's trying to put a stop to them here on grass, but they've got the space. They're making some...
nice bomb! Nice bomb! Deli coming out, delivering. That's a very, very nice set of demo man. Okay, he died to a roller, but you know, it was pretty good. If we just stop the clip right there, just pause the YouTube video, it was overall pretty good. Jorge gets a slice. I don't think it will matter. They're on this last point. Nubby hiding. He's going to block the point. Get some okay damage, but he's just one man against an army. It's 1-1.
Yeah, really, really huge kill onto Seeds, and then getting someone behind as well. I believe that was Troy sneaking around in the lobby. They really won the fight on both sides. Jevon got the force, but who really cares when you've lost 6 players? So a very, very fast equalization. We're 5 minutes into the game here, and we're 1-1.
Deli, he's just he's a bit quicker off the mark in these mid fights. Let's see if it will capitalise on this sort of early footing. Nubby going to play off his own very early footing, gets already back, hoovers up the health kit, and it's kind of trading cards here between both of these teams. I can't really quite call it. They have pushed League of Shadows out of the mid fight, and they're looking on the chase, and yeah, they will just lose players bits and bobs trying to get Jorge out.
League of Shadows are absolutely braining these mid fights, and it's such a shame to see it not pay off. Jorge every single time has played anti-soldier so perfectly. Nubby's in, he's already taken down the sentry gun, but he's going to have to get out now.
Braining.
Yeah, Jorge has been in the perfect position to avoid the soldiers every time. Last mid, he was up on the rafters and Nubby bombed Saw and was just kind of useless for that mid. This time, they bombed onto the rafters expecting him to be there, and at just the right time, Jorge drops down onto the floor. Jevon lands on nothing and instantly dies. But
Ayusti gets the kill onto Nubby. Oh no! The demo man kill. You hurt to see it. Ixie will go down to Scar poking about, and Troy takes this advantage. He's on top of the medic, forces the Uber. So this gives opportunity and credence, but with 3 players down, could you just call this like a decent Uber and head back in? Sticky trap. Oh, the stickies don't get anything, I'm afraid. So Deli's holding the line though. He actually has this demo man cut off. Oh, he's so low. Good thing for buffs.
yeah, no one manages to get anything at all on last there, which it could have been very scary. They were just trying to play anti-force kind of way back. They do, again, use off immediately, knowing that they have to expect this back cap this time. They've got someone on Jevon watch, and they've taken him down, but Nubby stays on Sniper throughout the entire Uber and takes Jorge down easily from the window after it's done. Now things are flip-flopped. Seeds has got everything in his hands now.
That was a patient sniper, but you could tell that he was cooking that body shot for a long time, didn't know which target to pick, and finally goes for the aftermath medic. So you're right, that does make sure they have that Uber charge advantage. I mean, they would have got one in the first place, but now they've got the heal advantage to boot. They're going to just play back on last, give up that second point, and yeah, work from there over on League of Shadows.
Yeah, and usually here I'd say, oh well, they have the disadvantage of playing 5v6 with a sniper, but when it's Nubby, I trust him completely. They've taken the Uber in, they've already got so much cap time on point, no one's here to block it. Ayusti finally gets on the point, everyone now just here in time to grasp at these straws, and they do manage to take everyone off the point. Nubby, he's not managing to get anything from top right. He does get Deli, but not able to finish off these players. Flick goes down with the close range headshot.
Who's Flick?
He's running all the way to last, actually. If he gets Troy here as well, body shot in.
Right, it's real-time footage of ETF2L admin kind of anti-cheat. What the hell? Oh my god. Twitch chat, you know, we're impartial here. We could probably call if that was back or not. I mean, that was a pretty suspicious. I need to get a magnifying glass for this.
There's a lot of talk in the chat in-game now. Maybe a bit of rivalry between these two teams, to say the least.
Oh my god, Flick, I would be salty if I got a headshot like that. Oh my, oh no, he's...
The Uber is in off a 9% advantage. They get the sentry gun down, they get a minuscule amount of cap time, and the Uber is just popped off immediately. Seeds popped into the air, not going to be able to escape here. And this has completely collapsed. This is sometimes what happens when you try and go off a dot advantage. Jevon, once again, trying to do his gimmick stuff, but he's going to get caught this time.
I felt that. I know that pain as a soldier. Well, I played soldier once upon a time. Look it up, 5 years ago. But still, like, I know that pain when you look away from the doorway just a second, and that's when the scout comes barreling through the door and gets the easy kill onto you. Hurts. Alright, they will get a trap onto Iosti, and gives a bit of seasoned hope here for Happy Meat to make the counter. They actually get the snipe onto Jorge, and Nubby, he's found a new main class. He's found his shovel. It's a long-range shovel. He just, click man, get kill.
Yeah, this noob can only kill people with easy insta-kill gimmick. But yes, once again, he finds the medic and sets his team up for another full-ad last push. And, last time I said I had full faith in him. It didn't really pay off until after the fight, though. But this time, there's going to be another attempt into last here. If he can get some nice kills during the fight, I'm sure they'll get this very convincingly. They were so close last time.
He's christened the new meme. We've called it the meme spoon. What we got now? The meme straw. The meme pea shooter. They're Ubering in here over on Happy Meat, and they've locked down... Oh, actually, they tried to lock down left, predicting they're coming left, but they actually fooled the poor Deroman Dagger. They all just came out of the door he did just look at just a moment ago. That's some TF2 habits playing against him.
Yeah, sometimes you just disrespect those forward spawn stickies and walk straight out, and the demos stop looking at them. Nubby finally gonna get punished this time. He was looking a third time to find Jorge, but finally he gets shut down. And now they're gonna be able to run this Uber advantage forwards.
Alright, boom. He's going to respawn in 10 seconds. You got to call it now. Is this man going to... is he going to channel in his inner demo and play sniper again?
Oh, he'll definitely be on sniper in that forwards. I reckon he's getting the forwards in time, so he's got to be on sniper in there, right?
Oh! It seems like a sniper main has not been born today. So, Nubby, back on soldier. See if he can... Actually, he wants to play the retreating game. Oh, he gets an easy deli kill that's just delivered to him. Meals on wheel. Oh! Nubby! Which class do we put this kid on? Just split him up, make a team of 6 Nubbies.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Flick got in so deep and called for the Uber. Deli just bombed straight into a Seeds who already got Uber in time. And as you said, it was just a nice deli meat delivery for the enemy Uber, as he just gets completely eviscerated. And that allows Happy Meat to get back onto mid here. Another very close game. 10 minutes in, 1-1. Still all to play for. Been very back and forth so far. And it's even Ubers right now. Neither team has it, so there could be funny grass dry push potential, but it looks like they're playing too passive for that.
Yeah, both of these teams just building Uber. Nobody wants to really throw in their players first. You can cut the tension with a knife with 1-1 between these two teams. Half time imminent. Close by.
Some of those syllables, yeah.
Nubby is beefing just a tad, but it's okay. You're on soldier, shoot the ground, get out. That's how the whole play works. Scar tries to punish him, gets punished instead, and Nubby will call this a rounding success. They start to push in now. They are maybe looking to go drop down. Jevon shows him how it's done. That's a nice 1-2 punch, but no follow-up. Nubby will kind of come in a little bit later. They bought some space to maybe get in, but with Ixie going down... Oh, Jevon's going back in, and he's laid out some decent damage, but the rest of the team are like, nah, kid, we're not following that up. We're out of here, as they're already setting up this midpoint for the counter-attack.
Yeah, they've already got someone into kitchen, putting the pressure on. That's Troy versus Nubby. Deli in to back him up, just manages to save Troy's life there. And now the Uber is forced out from Seeds, going to be much, much better for Jorge, if even at all. He just milks it the whole way. Scar has their exit blocked. Will he be able to get anything done with it? Oh my goodness, he gets the scout, but Seeds trades it out. Can Ixie save them in time?
No, Seeds, not like this. He goes to the health pack. He's alive. But now he surfs away. He's going to go down. Oh, this game is cool. Well, if he just died earlier, he would have been up by now.
Yeah, that is a real butt clencher, but Flick finally manages to put a pin in it. Ixie now caught behind every blue player, does get taken down, and it's an advantage for Jorge. There's still players down, but they've just respawned. They're probably going to have to play the Uber ad instead. Whoa.
Alright, halfway point. We've made it there, team. Just one more to go, and both these teams still trying to decide who's top dog on this Snakewater map, and both of these teams have been impressing. There have been some clutch moments, there's been some beefs. This entire match has been just a lovely little balanced diet.
Well, Jorge now ready to take this one. Looks like they're going to go from lower, pops it through onto Deli and Flick. The sentry gun does a good job of denial for a bit. Flick's already playing the point, Jevin it in with the block. Does manage to take down both scouts on the point there, and that's the push over. Nubby one-tapping kids with the direct hit. Deli just caught in. He's going to go down as well.
I mean, the man must have just heard me. He's like, what do we do? He's good at soldier. He's good at sniper. What's like a weapon that's like sniper and soldier combined? And the forward respawn! Oh! Flick will be the one to die for his team. And, I mean, credit to the rest of League of Shadows. They did hesitate and wonder, is there traps on this door? And so not everybody died there. Could have gone a lot worse. Ayusti trying to play sniper, can't really get the snipe off as they've got this door just fully pressured out. They're capping mid slowly, and the rest of them are over on second point. They've got an Uber charge still. I hope they haven't forgot about this fact.
Before Nubby respawns, what's next on his list of insta-kill noob gimmick weapons?
I think he's going to get an engineer teleporter up and just like telefrag.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea. Alright. Second has been capped up by Ixie. There's a very small advantage, 20%. They got to go with it now if they want to, and they do. They've taken it all the way onto the spawn door, but they're into spawn in time. 90% is what Jorge has. He needs to scrape together
8,
that
9,
last
100%. He's popped it. He's got it. He's just managed to get the lifeline for League of Shadows. How many times have we seen this scene gone? They can't get anything wrapped up before Jorge can get his Uber.
Hempus is unchecked lower right now.
He is
Flick,
very
he's
checked.
in.
He's extremely checked. He's checked out. Alright, Yevon. Okay, that was probably the correct move. Don't go in there, bro. Got some stickies on mid. We've got some traps.
Well, Nubby's back to Old Faithful as well in the forward spawn. Will it be the third time Jorge quite literally bites the bullet as he comes around the corner? Nubby still hasn't shown himself. Jorge's been waiting so long. Ooh.
Well, he was nowhere near in danger. On our X-ray, he looked in danger, but you know, it's a shame the map is in the way, isn't it?
Yeah, that whole hill and control point in the middle really put a stop to our fun.
You can see like map maker commenter just waiting with bated breath there.
Well,
Nubby.
This has been a complete coast to coast.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker round, but these two teams can't really finish off the heartache, so they're just kind of going back and forth over and over again. Hempus picking up the sniper rifle, lots of time on point, but someone's missing the market gardener. That would have been a kill, but it doesn't matter. They have got the Uber charge on last. They actually have Ixie on heavy weapons guy. This could be a game changer. Scout versus heavy, and he's got no medic. It's a little timid, scary. Actually gets him.
Done,
He's taunting
Ixie.
him.
That was so clutch from Ixie. Really just such a difficult point to play. When you're heavy up against two scouts, it's so difficult. They can run around you so quickly. You just have to kind of literally have your head on a stick. You're just standing still playing Kovacs trying to track them. But he does manage to get just enough bows to stay alive long enough. And now it's going to be even Ubers on this last here. Sentry gun going up. Dagger building with the katana.
This is one of the most contested third rounds I think I've seen for a while. Both of these teams really, really don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a admirable, but it's just this third round. It's like they know that this is the tie turner. This is the one that's going to really decide who's walking away with this.
Yeah, there's been no round for 16 minutes, but it's not even in a frustrated way. It hasn't been slow at all. We've seen both sides of the map so many times. Troy does get juggled in there by Jeevan and taken down by the sniper, sorry. The sack is also in from Scar. They just elect to lose 2 soldiers at the same time, but for different reasons. Kind of a weird one. Let's see if Nubby can do anything funny with DH.
They might push out. They've got a sniper to like play with. Nubby's got the
oh my god,
direct.
He
jogs him. Oh my god, it's good thing he's Ubered there, but I think he was juggling up to make sure he doesn't get behind cover. Deli, big boy bomb. No big boy targets though. Only got the Demoman to deal with. That they weren't looking at the point during all that. 2 rounds for the League of Shadows. I mean, it's not the ending that we wanted, but it's the ending we got.
That was insane. The one single sticky from Dagger pops Jorge up into the air, and Nubby double air shots him with direct hit.
Still doesn't get the kill though.
Shame. Yeah, it's such a shame that Swag doesn't win you the round, as they do immediately lose and go down 2-1. But we'll see what happens on this mid. Once again, Jorge playing very passive up on the top. Huge bombs coming forwards. There's a lot of damage and everyone's walking forwards. Again, it's just playing this passive mid works because Jorge doesn't die, but it doesn't work because you get none of your own kills, you get no one across point, you get absolutely nothing in terms of actually winning the mid fight. So once again, Happy Meat, I think they've taken every single mid so far.
Alright, which spot was Jorge in now? Was he just like in the cardboard box or something this mid, or because he didn't die?
Oh my god, they've used him with 5 ads. Oh, they are so crazy. They haven't even capped second. They've got a bunch of kills on left side, but the Uber is up for Jorge. They get
Dagger's
the kills.
gone down. Nobody's gonna go down. Everybody's gonna go down.
Weird one.
I mean, the Uber was a bit of a question mark. Maybe it was a force or something, but they just popped in kind and took out a few players. How Demomanless over on Happy Meat, so they can try and make a push of this. It's getting a bit dicey. They're on top of the medic, but nobody's got an Uber charge, so it's not like you're really going to scare them out. He just gets the plain old-fashioned kill, but there's a lot of trading between both of these teams because everyone's just committing onto these medics and not so much the fragging classes, and everyone has to start last clipping everybody. You know what I mean? You've got 1 bullet in that chamber, and you keep fucking reloading it.
Yeah, it's always harder to hit those shots than with the confidence of 6 in the chamber. That was a really weird one. I cannot believe Seeds is alive right now. Seeds was being shot in the back by Ayusti for the entire fight, got down to 20 HP, and then a blue soldier bombs in and shoots the person Seeds is healing instead of shooting Seeds, who has 20 health basically the entire time, just dancing around, almost believing he couldn't believe that he was alive either. And he manages to maintain this Uberad, which could bring us the equalizer. Hempus playing the point a little bit, both soldiers in now to block it. Ayusti up on the Fat Man as well. No kills going the way of Red Team, really, although they do manage to get some now, but they don't have the space. Gotta get
numbers though. They're playing this slow, and they're rolling Ixie around, but with him being caught out now, that is definitely the call to get out. That was definitely like a team call there to not go for any players there. They just wanted to play the point, it looked like, over on Happy Meat, and didn't really work out this time.
Yeah, they had... Oh, Nubby on the back cap. Nubby's all the way on to last.
Paint train! Ew, he pushes the Scar, but not enough. The Scar will get the kill onto him.
But the Uber has come out on second in the meantime from Jorge. He's managed to get forced while the panic was ensuing on last. So this is kind of a win-win for Happy Meat. They either get the back cap or force enough people to go back that Jorge is just a sitting duck. So they have forced him off, they have got this 100% ad, and if they cannot use into second now, this is looking so good for last. Jevon bombing through, making the space, checking no threats towards Seeds are hiding here. Now they need to leave someone on cap and start going immediately, 65% on the other side, so they want to get in early.
Alright, well, 6 minutes left. Just a round between these two teams, and
it's only a 10% ad by now. They do kill the engineer and they get the sentry for free, but Jorge already come up on the Uber.
Well, but this is that sort of blanket backup safety net that's been getting them out of this situation every single time. They will defend this last point. Ixie's humouring the idea of going back in and kind of presses his tab key again and goes, oh yeah, turn up team, need to go back.
Jevon was hiding behind that little barrel by the spawn door. Deli put like 3 stickies on top of him and didn't even det them, just said like, I dare you to come out. Jevon eventually did fall to that. So second back in control of League of Shadows with 5 minutes left and no sign of giving up a round. This could be the whole 6 points for them. The team that I suspected would be the underdog coming into tonight has really put a showing up on both maps.
I just couldn't call it. I felt like this was just such a mix of 2 teams and such a hot pot of like questionable things that could happen. It's a real tie turnover match for their whole ETF2L season. So these 2 teams, they want it bad. They will get the kill onto Deli. So without Deli and Dagger, with Dagger he takes his Uber out and he's going to start pushing last.
It's a flick solo for the game.
They are capping second point. There's nothing he can do though. He's got an overcharge, yeah,
oh
but
my
he just
God,
gets launched up to the moon. And they're just not.
Okay.
They're not. Wait, they're not going to fight. Okay. Flick's like, yeah, you better leave.
They're too smart. They knew the respawns were coming. It's tempting after you've launched Flick sky high to just see if you can get Jorge off the point, but he was steadfast there, and the spawns were coming anywhere in 2 to 3 seconds. So. They do maintain an overcharge advantage at least after getting that use off on last. And they're gonna actually head in on time now, not giving Jorge the chance to build up once again. So they are straight onto the spawn door. Deli just hits that respawn bind just in time to not die. And again, it's no kills with the entire Uber.
Oh, I'm just wondering like what they're doing to deal with these soldiers in the sort of pursuing fight. I see a lot of work being put out by Dagger to like do his job, but then these soldiers just aren't being addressed, or they're just too damn awkward to kill when the rest of his Happy Meat comes into the fight.
Nubby hiding on lower, takes the 1v1 with Scar. Looks like he wins it. He can go for last now. He has Pain Train probably. Yep, times 2 on the point. Ayusti has to get this scrap of damage. Ixie's also behind. Ayusti has to win this, and he has to still win.
Oh, he gets it! Second round of the board. These are some fishy wins coming out of these 2 teams here. I don't think anybody's just legitimately won a TF2 101 push.
Yeah, it's just king of gimmicks. Nubby has pretty much been keeping Happy Meat in the game this entire time. So many crucial kills, so many crucial plays on the back cap. Even if he doesn't get it himself, he sets it up in an otherwise unwinnable situation. So 2 minutes 30 to decide who wins this one. Jevon in with a bomb this time, does not manage to connect, and instead League of Shadows, they finally walk across the point for the first time tonight, and they're doing wonders from it. Scar does manage to get a bow, stay alive there. They've forced Happy Meat out of the mid. Nubby trying to get back in by bombing behind.
Oh, this is going to be kind of devastating. He's coming back in behind. He's going to get on top of them now. Some nice damage. He forces out the Uber from them. And whilst they were all distracted and dealing with Nubby, they get all the fragging classes killed off by the holding line of Happy Meat. They had it in between their fingers, bomb, and it slips through somehow.
Yeah, and they even lose Jorge right at the end. It's going to be devastating to be leading all night and then lose with 1 minute left on the clock in the only mid-fight that you look like you had any business winning the entire time. Ayusti already getting that gun up on last. 40% advantage for Seeds. So they're going to have at least 2 attempts to crack the nut on last here. Unless it's just a disaster the first time round.
Is it a tough nut? Is it a cashew nut? Is it like a walnut? I'm curious. Give me the nut! Yeah, I said it. Alright, so we've got an overcharge. Let's see what they can cook up here. They have launched straight in. That's a dispenser! Psych! That's no sentry gun! Dagger kind of confused for a moment. Gets right side locked down, but this is like the lowest sort of kind of denominator push you want from your team. They haven't addressed any of the big blue baddies, and God, they are good for being so bad. Seeds even gets caught out in a dark place. They are capping second. There's not a single red player in this server right now, Bum.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like we're going to golden cap. There's no chance. What a nice defense. Wait, 36 seconds? I doubt it. I doubt it.
It's mathematically impossible, sir. It can't possibly happen. But they're doing it. They're going for it. 20 seconds on the clock. They're rushing to second point. Red is looking a bit nervous.
Yeah, no, we are in golden cap. All those calculations you were doing, Turbo, I know you just typed on the calculator and turned it upside down and it says boobies. There's nothing actually going on there mathematically.
No, you think I'm smart enough to add the E's? I just had the boob on there.
Alright, well, we are going to a golden cap. This has been such a close match tonight. And it looked like finally Rag and his friends have learnt how to do a mid-fight that doesn't just involve hoping the soldiers feed right at the very last moments of that map. So
I'm going to chalk that more up to Jevon's bomb. Didn't go as planned. You know, there's ones where it just looks a bit clumsy and like those rockets get absorbed by maps and everyone's just like all over the place. I feel like that was a little bit
there was movement happening though as well, whereas the other mids we've entirely just seen Jorge standing on the battlements or in kitchen or wherever he has to be to avoid walking forwards. Yeah, but this time he got onto point with his demo.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really up in the air. I mean, Happy Meat have been dominant on the mid fights, but that could be changing. They've been very, very not dominant on the last pushes. It's really still a big question mark for me, Turbo, on who takes this one.
All right, Bum. Let's play a little game. It's where we have a little peek through the eyes of their mumble comms. We haven't actually got that feature anymore where we can directly rip and look into their comms anymore. So you're gonna have to improvise here, Bum. I hope you've got your Oscar out because we're gonna do some acting. What are they saying here in, like, say, the Happy Meat comms? Are they angry? Are they mad? Are they excited?
I don't think Happy Meat are mad. I think they're gonna be very happy to have managed to get that round from the clutches with Ixie and Nubby on the back cap. It really looks like their only life this game has been with doing stuff like that onto an unexpected League of Shadows, because as long as League of Shadows are on last, Happy Meat have just been hopeless there, but they now have the momentum. They were the ones to be down the entire game and come back at the last moment, so that's definitely a positive, whereas on the other side, if you're League of Shadows, you kind of feel like you've let it slip from your grasp. If you're Jorge, you're crying that Nubby's killed you a million times. You know, I think the mental is probably stronger for Happy Meat right now, but that's definitely not everything.
Yeah, it was a marathon of a game, because keep in mind, I was thinking, this was the same map that Nubby was playing sniper for a long bit, but that was part one of the entire map. It was
Act 1.
Yeah, long thing. Don't you hate it when they take one movie and turn it into 2 parts? This is that map. Oh, okay. So, what do you want to see from these teams going into the Golden Cap? What's going right for them? What's going wrong for them? Coach Bum, leaders.
All right, Coach Bum says, I'd like to see a walk forwards on mid from League of Shadows, because that one worked a lot better from...
I'm typing this to Troy right now. Keep going.
Okay, yep. I'm also going to be typing... I'm going to do a Hunden and kind of work both sides.
All right, okay.
Don't know if you get that reference, but it was a very funny joke.
Your references are out of control. Keep going.
Okay, so, yeah, I want to see League of Shadows walk forwards on the mid. I want to see Happy Meat managed to get it to last and kill a sentry very quickly and then lock off one side and kind of play the point, rather than fail to kill the sentry until your Uber has completely run out,
You know, if I
and
was
then
Dagger,
get bombed by 2 soldiers.
if I was Dagger, I'd be a bit offended because I feel like, but he's been doing that all game. But okay, fair play, fair play. Keep doing that. Write this
he's
down.
been getting the sentry. He hasn't really been getting it fast enough for his team
agree
to
with
do
you
something.
about they don't play the point. I think they are trying, but I think the one time that they consciously went for the point, it didn't go too well. So I can see, you know what I mean? I'm devil's advocate. I can see, yes, you want to do that, but also when you see them try it, it's like when you half-arse the other person's way of doing it, and you're like, see, it doesn't work. I guess we'll just go back to the old way.
That's a very classic toxic Brit thing to do on a team. Purposefully lose someone else's plan so that you can stay on doing your plan.
It's in my nationality. Right, we don't need to question anymore. We don't need to theorize. Coach Bum, get out of the locker room. It's time for the main game. We're in lightning round. It is our golden cap. Dagger will lead our camera. Okay, maybe not. Deli will lead our camera as we go into this mid. 2 demo men facing off. Nobody really go jump. Okay, I lied. Jevon jumping in first. He finds a medic. Easy hook line into Jorge's like, why did I not take Kitchen, as is going to go to the grave. And now with the chips down and all these players entering skirmish mode, can everybody just twizzle the cameras around quick enough? And Hempest can twizzle it around enough. I don't think this man has moved from the 10 centimeter area. He's just kept turning.
And it goes wrong for League of Shadows in a very predictable way. They do manage to get seeds at the end of the mid once again, but the positioning you lose from having to play around Jorge and having him go down anyway in that pause means that in the ensuing skirmish, you have no ground to work with and you just lose the frags fight. And now, seeds. Tell me what gun he's got in his hands, Turbo.
I believe that's a Kritzkrieg. It's an old gun. Let me just look up the Kritzkrieg. I've got it somewhere in this book. Ah, there we go. Kritzkrieg. It's an old gun. It's used from 2008 meta, but it still checks out. It's a gun that will ground crits, and they're popping it off. Can they actually counter against it? They all didn't see this coming. They're all just dodging the crits desperately. Not a single crit has landed. That's Deli's crit? No, wait, he just got Nubby, who had the skill stick out. And yeah, they're going to counter push now, and it's detrimental because with Kritzkrieg, they've got no way to deal with this Uber charge, but they pop in so early, they can just kite this Uber charge. The scout's going in aggressive. He gets the kill onto Dagger. They're chasing for whatever players it finds. Seeds will go down, and he will get a separate respawn.
Absolute destruction. They gambled it all. They went all in on the crits, and they absolutely got rivered by the Uber of Jorge. Absolutely decimates them. There's a sniping Nubby hiding up on the rafters here.
You don't see him.
On second.
Did Troy see him?
He's spotted, and he's going to be completely irrelevant for last. It's literally going to be a 4v6 on last. Second gets capped up now. Jevon, not even up in time. They can start taking left immediately, which they do. Bombing into the sentry gun. Does die to it, Troy, but it gets taken down. They've already got ASD playing the point. The Uber's out.
Oh no, not like this. The soldiers have come back, the scouts come back, but they've capped this last point. It seems the team that held on to the game the longest will actually get away with their fairy tale ending here, Bum. They get the round, and they get more ETF2L points out of this entire match.
5-1, in fact, going to League of Shadows. Wow, that was such a turnaround. They played it so perfectly off the back of that Kritzkrieg. It looked like it could have been a disaster if just a little modicum more damage came out of happymeat, because instead of actually shutting down the crits, they all just ran away from it. They were all so low, but they lived for long enough to get that Uber up, get that repush in, and find absolutely everyone and just barrel it forwards to last. Jevon and Nubby not exactly not trolling, I would say, by feeding on second before the last hold, but there's only so much that you can do, and League of Shadows definitely come out as the better team after this one.
Alright, so we've got a couple of sets of logs. It's always a dilemma, which one do we look at? But I'm going to look at the main game one, because honestly, those golden cap logs are really bad. So We'll head on over to the regular ones, and on the logs I'm looking at least, I see Dagger actually putting on the best Demoman impression this server, but it didn't do him too much good. I think Dagger was just leading a lot of Ubers throughout that game, a lot of last pushes attempts, I think.
Yeah, it didn't feel like he was commanding the game by any means, and to go the opposite way to BM a little bit. Jevon's logs are not the greatest I've ever seen.
Oof. All right, I mean, wait, he's the pocket, isn't he?
I thought so too. It's a very not pocket KD to have, I think.
Yeah, I think. Okay, it's okay. We'll just. Dagger's got top damage. You know, it's that demo man. It's Numlock style. You know, maybe that's too old of a reference, but it's like Elicor style. You know, it's a lot of pocketing, a lot of heals on that boy. So maybe just 2 roamers kicking on that team.
Yeah, I think in this second map, it definitely felt like Nubby was really the only person keeping them kicking in it. It wasn't like anyone else was stepping up on Happy Meat at all. Their rounds are pretty much solely down to Nubby's plays when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Whereas League of Shadows were just kind of, you know, they weren't playing like Nubby, but they weren't playing like everyone else that's not Nubby, so just having a pretty average performance amongst them managed to let them take this one.
Yeah, it's just this last point. It's tough nut to crack, like we mentioned before, but hey ho, that is the game. They did take it to a golden cap, which I'm sure they're fortunate for, and with these sort of seasons and how they can drag out, that could be the difference maker between a playoff spot or a non-playoff spot. So, reactions, thoughts, bum, surprised, shocked?
I am surprised, I will say. I did not expect League of Shadows to be doing this well, and I did not expect Happy Meat to be doing this badly with the bunch of veterans that they have. Ixie, Nubby, Dagger, Seeds, that's a very devastating combo on paper, but here they are, losing to Flick and Ayusti, so...
Bum, you've just rebranded as well. If it's Happy Meat with a brand new teammates, brand new name, what name are they going to change the name to in week 4 now? What players have they got left to pick up?
Yeah, I mean, they've got to look down the list of who else is getting cut now, maybe.
Yeah, poor Jevon. If he keeps cutting everyone, soon he'll be the only person he can cut.
I see Yak in Twitch chat saying he's looking for team, so shout out to Yak.
Alright, before we start the rumour mill kicking and get our writers all stressed out about writing more articles, let's head on over to the ending, because this is it. That's it now. It's our week 3 game of ETF2L Season 40. I've been your caster, TurboTabs. With me has been Dumfries. It's been a pleasure, as per always. And Beta has been working furiously behind enemy lines in that production desk. So we're going to have more games, obviously, coming up into the ETF12. Please keep tune of that over on Team Fortress TV. If you need to keep up with all these weekly changes of Happy Meat's rosters and all other shenanigans and just random posts about just TF2, we've got it here on teamfortress.tv. You'll find us over there. Otherwise, we'll see you over on our Twitch channel in future. See you then.